Yes, once again, very warm welcome and listenings for my lecture. In this video, we will discuss functions of language. As in previous video, we talked about functions of language as micro and macro. This classification has been given by Finch, and further we discussed physiological function. Now our focus will be on phatic function. Phatic function of language refers to sociability, right? While living in this world, we can't live in isolation. We have to establish our relationship with other people, and we use certain words, expressions, utterances, sentences just to build up the rapport with other person, just to get united with other people. As mostly we say hello, hi, how are you? And sometimes when we meet a stranger, we just say assalamu alaikum, and in different languages we have different kind of expressions. This is just some kind of positive gesture. When we say how are you, in fact by intention we are not inquiring about the health or about the other domains of that person's life. This is just to give some kind of positive gesture and just to get recognized with that person, or just to be intimate with that person. And even in writing, for example, when we in letter writing we say dear sir, dear ma'am, or at the end of the letter we use the word we use expressions yours obediently, yours truly. So all these words, basically these expressions, serve to develop some kind of rapport, develop understanding, develop intimacy with other people. So language enables us to socialize us with other people, and it enables us to build our rapport, and it develops understanding with other people. So developing understanding with other people by using certain expressions, this is what we call as phatic function. Next we have recording function. This is very important function of language. Language is used to record knowledge, culture, civilization, religious views, and research, right? Different researches that have been done by different researchers. So if we are unable, if we could not record, for example, different laws have been given by different scientists, or different theories have been given by different philosophers, and different researchers have conducted different researches, and if they have not recorded, if those researches are not present in recorded form, so every new researcher has to start from the very beginning point, from the very start, from the very outset. So this is the beauty of the recording function of language, that all the things have been recorded, and now we can easily consult those researches, those religious views. Now this is just due to the recording function of language that we come to know how religion has been evolved, how science has been evolved, how different branches of knowledge, right, have been evolved with the passage of time. So we can record all the things, all the concepts which we wish to record, and everything that ought to be recorded, that can be recorded with the help of language. So this is the beauty of language. Philosophy, science, physics, chemistry, bio, in different domains of knowledge, we have recorded so many things. This is the beauty of language, that right now we are able to consult, we are able to enjoy the dramas of Shakespeare, we are able to enjoy the beauty of Wordsworth poetry, we are able to enjoy the beauty of other linguistic piece of work, masterpieces. So language, this is the function of language, that we can record certain things. Yes. Another function of language is identifying function. This is also very important function, identify, right? We when we are living in this world, we can recognize different things just because of language, because language enables us to label certain things, object, person, and this labeling, this classification enables us to discriminate among certain objects, person, people. For example, when somebody says Aslam, so Azra is not coming in your mind. When somebody says Lahore, Islamabad is not coming in your mind. Why? Because this is the beauty, this is the function of language that enables you to label certain things, to classify certain things. When you say that, then of course you will not have the concept of live, right? So language classifies, language identifies, language labels certain things, and those labeling, those classifications enables us to discriminate among certain objects. When I say bus, van, lorry, truck, so all these objects have got different concepts. So language enables us to identify. This is the beautiful function of language. Another function of language is reasoning function. Reasoning function, for example, it is said that think before you speak. Whenever we speak, there is some kind of process that is going on in our mind, and that is a reasoning function. All the mental activities are done with the help of language. So language is an instrument of thought. You can't think. If somebody asks to think about this matter, think about this situation, think about this law, think what about this problem. So when you are going to solve the problem in your mind, so you need certain words, right? Without having language, you can't even think. So language enables us to think about certain things. So language is a great tool for thought. So another function is communicating function, right? Language plays an important role in humans' life. We can't communicate if we are supposed to share our ideas, our emotions, our desires, right? All these things can be done with the help of language. We perform different actions with the help of language. Sometimes while communicating, we make requests, we suggest, we pass an order, we inform others, we make promise with other people. So all these actions are performed with the help of language. Language enables us to suggest, to propose, to make promise, or to pass order, to request, or direct someone, or to elicit someone. So all these functions can only be performed with the help of language. So language basically enables us to communicate our views, right? Whatever the philosophy, whatever the thoughts, what are the problems that we have in our mind, that can be shared with other people just through communication, and language is a tool for communication. Another function is player function, right? Player, language is itself a player, right? In terms of listening as well as in terms of speaking as well as in terms of writing. Sometimes we feel player in the form of poetry. For example, in Punjabi, somebody says, "Tali hate milan da wada onne ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਟਾਲੀ ਦੱਸੀ ਸਾਸੂ ਉੱਥੇ ਤੇ ਖਜੂਰ ਏ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਦੱਸੋ ਮੇਰਾ ਕੀ ਕਸੂਰ ਏ." So these are different kind of pieces of language that can give you pleasure. So poetry is not the only way to enjoy. In language we have certain jokes, right? So we enjoy jokes, and jokes are in the form of language. And there are certain other phonological aspects of language. For example, assonance, we repeat certain consonants in the beginning, assonance is there. So these are different phonological devices. And there are certain other stylistic devices. Metaphor is there, simile is there, right? Hyperbole is there, and conceit is there, right? As an example of conceit is magas ko baag mein jaane na dijiyo na haq khoon hoka parwane ka. This is far-fetched kind of simile. So we develop certain kind of relationship between apparently two dissimilar things. That's the part of metaphor, right? Sometimes we use word as, like. So these are beautiful expressions which are the source of pleasure for us, right? When sometimes we see musical pattern in the language. So language has a rhythmic pattern. Language has musicality, which is the source of pleasure for us. So these are all about, these were different points regarding the micro function of language.